Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to what is going to be the start of a very full day on speed gaming. There's a lot of action going on, a lot of Super Metroid Randomizer League matches going on, some back-to-back, including this one we are watching right now between Gravity Skip and the Clippers. So today, for Gravity Skip, we've got Phoenix Down 23 and 64-bit Link. And then for the Clippers, we've got OK Beamer and Asarius. And we are about to get underway here. So what is going to be happening today? The first week of the Randomizer League is a multi-world. So using 2 of the 3 players on the team, they are connecting up to their seeds. Their items will be spread between both players' seeds. For instance, Varia suit for player 2 and player 1 can appear in player 1 seed and vice versa. Multi-world provides a lot of interesting options for strategies. You can risk making some plays hoping that either you or your partner will find the item you need to keep advancing. But we'll see what they end up doing here. Now the start's going to be the same. They're always going to go down to the bottom. Morph Ball is always going to be one of the 2 first items you find down here. It looks like we've got a couple people using Moonfall. Everyone's using Moonfall. Okay. Moonfall is becoming much more common. It's a bit tricky to get used to. The Moonfall itself isn't so much tricky. Getting used to having Moonwalk on when you've played without it for a very long time, because Moonwalk is not that fun. It's learning to work with Moonwalks a bit more interesting. So yeah, player 2's Morph Ball for both. There, and then I completely missed the top because I was looking for Morph on the tracker. You'll have to bear with me. I'm trying to do everything here. Oh, getting supers at Alpha Missiles, that's good. That's going to be Morph Ball in the ceiling up top. So yes, if I miss anything on the tracker, please let me know. And Spazer down beneath for player 1. So there you see multi-world in action. Now Spazer's not exactly, oops, I picked the wrong Spazer one. Spazer's not actually the most useful item, but having a beam upgrade right away is pretty nice. And that's a Varia suit. Where did that Varia suit come? Various must be fit into the other ceiling item. Or it could be. But that looks a lot like Varia suit. I might be wrong. That might be his. He might have been doing a custom sprite. But that looks way too much like Varia. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that on until convinced otherwise. But yeah, once the players actually get up here, they're going to find an item at Bomb Tree Zonel that'll let them advance. Actually, never mind, they already have power bombs. I see that now. So yeah, power bombs will let them advance. Let's see what Bomb Tree Zone has here. Player 2 side. Bombs for vanilla bombs. You know, having a vanilla item in a multi-world seed is not something you are going to bank on. So that's bombs. we'll get to see what player 1 bombs are. Not quite as exciting. E-Tank is nice. It's not quite what players are hoping for. So another facet of multi-world here. This is a major-minor split as well. But another facet is the players don't control necessarily whether they get charge beam, because it may not even be in their seed. So some strategies, you may see some strategies develop as players get closer to the end and they don't have charge beam. There we go. My goodness, words are hard early in the morning. When they don't have charge beam, you might see some ammo picks up, or you might see them bank completely on finding charge beam somewhere. E-Tank on player 2's Red Star Reserve. Some survivability early is nice, but if they have various suits, they're pretty well covered. Oh, getting their own power bomb. And there, Nasaria is showing some of the minor changes to the level or the world of Super Metroid to allow basically soft lock preventions. If you fell down there without bombs or power bombs in vanilla, you would be stuck with the crumble blocks in your way. You won't be able to get out of that. So the Rando takes that into account and adds a few safety measures, such as the shot block there. There's a couple other spots where some minor level edits have happened to prevent soft locking. Oh, just a reserve tank. Gauntlet from player 2. That's... If you take the time to check Gauntlet is... It can be very useful if you check it and your opposing team doesn't, but it is a little bit limited in what can appear here. This time, just being a reserve tank, not worth anything of value at all. Is unfortunate, but you can get some good stuff there. You could get, for instance, high jump. You could get speed booster. Those would be good items that would give you access to later parts of the game, depending on your equipment. Then, now here we see Nasaria setting up, and it looks like getting the pink brand wave gate with that super, and getting plasma beam for himself. Very off on that as well. I can't tell if he has Viria, but probably does. And Phoenix Down also getting that. And OK Beamer's getting set up as well. So let's see what player 1's. Just a vanilla E-Tank. Very vanilla because it's for yourself. Okay. Not as exciting as Plasma Beam. Is a charge beam. There's a lot of vanilla going on in this scene. It's a vanilla charge beam for player 1. That is interesting. So this does also, again, provide a little bit of a conundrum for players. It looks like both are still doing minor checks to pick up some more ammo. But at this option, half your team does have charge beam, it's not inconceivable. And Ice Beam. Ice Beam is Phaser for player 2. It is possible. There's a lot of major checks on your way still, and not that far out of the way if you were to kind of go rush some bosses. So players and teams could decide to bank on Charge Beam appearing at one of those locations, but it looks like they're being a little bit safer. Make sure to pick up some miners on the way just in case Charge Beam's at some off location, like Shack Tool or Plasma Beam or Croc. Let's see what player 1's Phaser is. Oh, well. Just a reserve tank. We're going to get our first couple of crates here, and I believe Phoenix is going to follow to crate. Uh, 64-bit Link will be the final one to make a decision whether he goes up or down at Red Tower. Based on the rest of the teams, I'm feeling pretty good he's going to go to Crate. Also, that was a nice quick kill by the Sarius there. And nice green gate by 64-bit Link there. And I completely missed what was behind Crate, so if that was important, please let me know. At least on player 2's side. Okay, yeah, it looks like the Clippers at least are definitely banking on still collecting a bunch of ammo in the meantime. That is. I should put that bombs. I should mark that off. And get a little bit unfortunate with the stand up there for Phoenix, but very quickly recovering on that. And Spring Ball on player 1's side, very useful item. Spring Ball's not just fun because Spring Ball's fun, and Randomizer, it has great potential use as especially a way to circumvent, or not circumvent, but rather perform a suitless Meridia. Because Spring Ball jumps, especially when combined with high jump, are very powerful in Meridia. It's potentially an option to get through there much nicer than using Ice Beam. Oh, unfortunate little X-ray there. That is one issue with cycling through your HUD icons. Item cancel is nice, but if you're playing on controller, which I don't know how people play this game on controller. And you are right. Okay, Beamer does that for you. Yeah, if you're playing on controller, the item cancel button is probably the least used button on it. And it's probably not in a convenient to reach location. So yeah, OK Beamer having Varia already while in Norfair is pretty important, because this means no heat runs here. We'll see if Phoenix down has... I would guess he's going to go do some suitless runs for the time being. but it does make it a lot more dangerous, obviously, without Varia. So this is where either doing some extra checks or making some more efficient routing comes into play in a multi-world. Oh, nice quick kill there as well on crate. So only one stand-up today. Yes, eating. So Phoenix Down is not going to be too upset with a free refill there. And getting hecked by a pumpkin on top of Bubble Mountain feels bad. That pumpkin is the true final boss of this game. There's where Varia was at the Crate tank. So you can see 64-bit Link spending some extra time because it didn't quite get Varia as efficiently as the Clippers got Varia for player one. So having to spend a little extra time on the elevator. Looked like he was going to go up. Obviously, Phoenix is not going to be upset about getting Varia there. Yeah, that's some of the interesting stuff that can pop up in multi-world. You're not just worried about what you need. You've got a teammate to consider. You might have varying skill levels on your team, and it can put you in some interesting situations. You may have one player that's perfectly comfortable with doing an ammo mother brain fight with 45 missiles, 60 supers, and another player who's never done it. So this, and then multi-world may give charge beam to the player that's feels comfortable with it. So there's some very interesting situations that can happen. Looks like we are getting a... Wow, okay, that's a wave beam. At wave beam. Not super vanilla, but still very vanilla. We are getting a croc play as well. Now, what the runners will be hoping for is, since they're in Norfair, they're going to be hoping to find an item that will get them to lower Norfair for the most efficient routing. At this point, that's going to be either high jump or gravity suit that they're looking for. Either of those will allow them to enter lower Norfair. You can enter lower Norfair without high jump or gravity. But doing a high jumpless lava dive is actually really difficult and potentially super dangerous. I'm not sure any of our runners here are going to be attempting to do that. And speaking of warfare entry, there is a high jump. Whose is it? That is for player one. So player one has access to lower Norfair. High jump also puts worst room in the game in there, although the players all have bombs as well, so that does give them access to worst room in the game. So worst room in the game is another variable to consider with lower Norfair. Since all our players had bombs, it wasn't too big a deal. But if they did not have bombs, and they got gravity suit, they still might not dive lower Norfair because worst room in the game, without high jump or bombs or space, without any means of easily getting up there, is a pixel perfect and double frame perfect trick. I have been practicing it myself recently, and practice has not gone well. So yeah, getting high jump there for your partner, really nice for them. Screw attack is also really good for Lore Norfair. I believe that was screw attack for Phoenix. Yep, see this big jump there. Yeah, from here, OK Beamer is most likely going to be going into Lower Norfair. Does have charge. It's got 25 supers. Spazer Wave. It's not going to be the greatest, Ridley, with the current loadout, but it's not going to be bad. 25 supers will deal most of his health. And Charge Wave Spazer is solid combo. I believe that was wave there for Phoenix. So the nice thing for Phoenix here is it looks like he's going to Croc, which will give 64-bit Link time to get across and get the high jump for his Lower Norfair access. Nice damage boost across. Yeah, here you see off a dive there on OK Beamer's side, getting it. It's pretty comfy with high jump. There's multiple ways of getting your setup across on that. And there is high jump for Phoenix. So now Phoenix knows he's got access to Lower Norfair. I think I hit the wrong. That should have shown up script in a second. So they've got screw attack, they've got high jump, they've got a lot of energy. This is, it may not be the exact loadout you're wanting for Lower Norfair, but this is still pretty comfortable. And looking like player 2 is not going to have, unless there is something here on player 1's Lower Norfair, player 2 is not going to have access to Lower Norfair right now. And OK Beamer really going in on ammo here. Going to check Mickey Mouse. Just a power bomb. I can completely understand going for ammo. There's no guarantee you're going to get charged. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of. Oh, this is not good. This is very bad. Okay, he beat the acid. Now he's fine. Amphitheater, one of those rooms that can trip you up sometimes, and it can be really deadly. OK Beamer's 9 E-tanks coming into that room, playing a big part in surviving. That was a bit hairy there, but OK Beamer managing to get out of there, thankfully. And finding a grapple for themselves. Grapple is an important item to keep note of because that can be part of your suitless Meridia, and no one has found a gravity yet. Very early on, we have had quite a few suitless Meridia seeds, and even at least one that I've seen, double suitless Meridia seed. So the bot seems to like rolling those types of seeds. We'll see what it pulled for us this morning. So, yeah, kept bringing up the OK Beamer, skip the screw attack check. I'm not sure if it's just because he doesn't have speed, so he can't do the quick jump up from screw attack. But he did have bombs to get out of there. I'm not sure personally how I feel about that, skipping that, but still checking Mickey Mouse. Screw attack is a longer check, but it's also going to be potentially more useful. So maybe just playing some odds, guessing that something useful is not there. Gravity suit can appear in lower Norfair. So if that is a gravity there, that is going to slow the Clippers down. I believe that is correct. I actually don't think it can be in either player's plasma or Dragon. Yeah, OK Beamer farming up to an exceptionally healthy amount here for Ridley. Can't defeat Ridley outright with supers. Again, we'll get most of the health off. 30 supers will defeat Ridley, so 25 supers if you land all shots is 5/6 of his health. And as we find out from Phoenix down, OK Beamer not going to get punished for skipping screw attack, just an e-take. So ended up working out there. So with Ridley is a boss that's probably one of the more difficult ones casually. I tend to find him actually to be, of the 4 bosses, the easiest to do efficiently now. He could be kind of a pushover depending on your loadout. Supers deal double, he's not quite dead yet. Supers deal double damage to Ridley. Missiles don't. So supers deal 300 damage normally, so they deal 600 per shot. Missiles only deal 100 per shot, so for every super, if you're going to make it up for missiles, you need 6 missiles to make up the 1 super. But yeah, getting through that fight, maybe they'll give him. And getting screw attack for player 2. Okay. That'll be nice for when they do lower Norfair, but that does absolutely nothing right now. Suitless Meridia is not even an option for player 2 right now. They don't have Spring Ball, they don't have Grapple, they only have Ice. This is not a not a good setup right now. Looking like Wreck Ship going to have something unless... No, it's looking like Wreck Ship's going to have something. Wreck Ship may just have player 1's Ice Beam, for all we know. This could be a pretty trolly seed here. So yeah, if player 1 had ice beam right now. This would probably be a spot where they would go ahead and dive Meridia because they have all the equipment needed for Suitless. But because they're missing that one item, they're probably going to be going up to the wreck ship. So the wreck ship normally only has 3 locations for major items, being Gravity, the E-Tank, and the Reserve. In the Rando, that has changed. The right side super, after Fantoon is defeated, a nice CWJ from Nesarius, despite 2 fanfares popping up during the net. Very nicely done. But yeah, the E-Tank from High Jump was put in the minor pool, and the right side super was put in the major pool to give a little bit more weight to wreck ship and kind of break down the OP-ness of Norfair. Try to balance out a little bit. Wreck ship is still generally not a play a lot of people will go to, and they still might even skip the attic if they go wreck ship early and miss 2 major locations. But it does balance out just a little bit more. So we're going to see a Fantoon there. 64-bit Link's going to try to get his CWJ here. See, it looks like he knows the in-room setup. There it goes. Jumped a little early there. So yeah, CWJ can be required. It can be a bit difficult. It is a very tight trick. Either 1 or 2 frames, depending on a 1 or 2 frame jump from the first jump. But it is definitely worth learning. And unfortunately, hitting the angle button. He had the first jump. He had a chance at the CWJ, but hitting the angle button broke him out with the spin there. And you know, I did not mark anybody's grade, or they're really off. Okay. And that is Fantoon on player 1. I am pushing all the wrong ones there. Oops, I picked the wrong Fantoon entirely. That looks better. That looks better. Okay, there we go. Gravity can appear at Wreck Ship Reserve, which would be even more interesting with the players not having speed. A Gravity can appear there. See, Nesarius could find... So here's the right side super, that's a major. He could find his Gravity here, or the other player's Gravity. He could also find... behind that Gravity... No, that's just anything. But the player could find behind the Gravity they find here, Speed Booster Meridia to the other Gravity at Wreck Ship Reserve if the seed really wanted to be horrendous. Yeah, you can still see some ammo checks here. These some of these Wreck Ship ones are a little better. They're much quicker than some of the lower Norfair ones. Not checking. Oh, okay. Never mind. He's going to save. With this loadout, Nesarius is going to have to do the sponge bath to get to the wreck ship E-Tank. And Phoenix did defeat Ridley as well. And 64-bit Link coming up on Fantoon. Not actually that far behind. So what Nesarius is doing here is called Sponge Bath, and he gets it right there. It's also a pretty tight trick. The idea is you want to do a crouch jump, a quick mid-air morph, and lay the bomb while you're on your way down, basically just above the water line, unmorph while still falling, so you land in a crouched position so you can jump again immediately and remorph. And when you break the plane of the water, if you timed it right, the bomb will hit you at that point and propel you up above the ledge. So let's see what's here. He does have to make a tricky jump here without grapple. Just a vanilla E-tank saying no. Both runners in the seed are pretty healthy. They each have at least half their E-tanks. Okay, Beamer. Okay. So this is skipping the screw attack check is now causing OK Beamer to go back into Norfair because I didn't find really anything progression-wise elsewhere. Not going to pay off for him, unfortunately. This is not going to lead to anything, which is a rather unfortunate. But this is the kind of, yeah, he can reset out, which is good. But still, this is some extra time loss that wouldn't have existed had he checked the item in the first place. But again, I still also kind of understand not checking it. I'm hoping for, oh, Phoenix down. Doing the magic on the blocks. Super Metroid is a well-coded game. There's off-screen shot blocks, and yeah, you can fill up memory and cause speed booster blocks to just turn to air until the other blocks respond to memory's back. And this green gate glitch actually may be another reason why OK Beamer skipped screw attack. May not be super comfortable with green gate, and green gate is something that can leave you very easily. I'm sure every runner in the league can do a green gate, but sometimes the timing, it how you do it, because there's a lot of different setups. Sometimes it just leaves you and you're like, what in the world? I'm doing everything like normal and it's just not working. So here without ice, Phoenix down doing the Suitless Meridian, using Spring Ball as an ice beam replacement here. Yeah, the Spring Ball is super, super powerful for Suitless Meridian. I would say it is better than having ice. Oh. Sorry, I did not see what was that wreck ship reserve. I was busy watching some spring jumps. E-tank, okay. Space jump 4, Beamer. Okay. So that is space jump for player 1. Which really doesn't give them anything right now. They've already done lower Norfair. Player 2's wreck ship. Player 2 is waiting for player 1 to do wreck ship. Now, this routing for Gravity Skip, who are living up to their name right now, may actually pay off. If player 1's... Oh, there's this X-ray check as well. If player 1's gravity suit is in wreck ship, that leads to player 2's gravity suit here in Meridia, potentially at Mama Turtle. This and reserve tank at X-ray. That's you can leave that trash there. This could actually be circumventing part of the logic chain, which may help give Gravity Skip a bit of an advantage here. We'll see. We'll see what happens with this. But yeah, that wreck shift for player 2 not paying off. And while the runners, excuse me, while the runners are doing some stuff, I will mention the timing and the results for the week, this particular week. Oh, just messed up there. Is going to be handled by, oh boy, moment rules. Hitboxes in this game can be a thing. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at what's up here. That's wave beam for player 2. Nothing too useful there. Wave beam is nice, but not good. The timing for this week is handled by the second place finisher on your team is the official team time, because the multi-world. For the 2 following co-op weeks, they're not multi-worlds, just co-ops, but for those weeks, it's going to be handled by average time. And Nasaria's trying to do an IBJ here to get up to extra. Got it started, but wasn't able to quite keep the timing going. It's much harder to do an IBJ when you've got sort of spikes underneath you. Okay, that looks better. Until that timing was better, and that is a charge beam. Tag gauntlet. If I saw that right. Hey, there you go. Just use the wave. Oh, he's got wave screw. Okay. So yeah, if that gauntlet had been checked earlier, that would have saved a lot of extra ammo pickups in Lower Norfair. Doing some extra stuff to pick out ammo in hopes, but no. Well, so far there is no gravity. It's not to be found. There is going to be something in Player 1's wreck ship. Unless it really is go to Botwoon without ice beam. There's the space jump. So yeah, 64-bit Link is kind of in the same place as Nasarius. They really don't have much to do right now. No grapple. They just have ice. They've got one component. But no grapple, no spring ball, no high jump. So yeah, coming up on Player 1's wreck ship here. No, high jumpless lava dive is not in logic. You will either have gravity or high jump for that. High jump and barrier for that, logically. I'm actually kind of hoping we'll see a gravity suitless Shaktoa in this seed. I'm thinking one's going to appear in the sand pit due to the loadout high jump, spin ball, space jump. I do believe that's going to be a pretty strong gravity suit location right now. But I can still hope for this Shaktoa gravity. Now, if the players know full suitless, that may not be checked at all. Well, if they find high jump in wreck ship, that is fine, because that will give player 2 access to Lower Norfair, which will give player 2 something to do in the meantime. I think Nasarius is going to try. I think he's going for the save here. and gonna try to do high jump plus lava dive. This will be pretty exciting if he gets this. So there is charge beam for 64-bit Link. So everyone with charge. Also, getting charge beam and an item in the middle of your IBJ feels bad. Doesn't have to destroy your timing, but it does make things more difficult. And OK Beamer picking up a trash tank there at Wreck Ship. This is... Now, the runners don't know what the other team's doing. But if you're in the situation these two teams are, they're not really that far apart at the moment. But if you're in this situation, you're not feeling great because, like, oh man, we are still very locked. 45 minutes in, and we are still locked. Both of us from Maria. You wouldn't be feeling good. Yeah, Nasarius is here trying to do suitless. Good lord. High jumpless lava dive. So what he's trying to do, he's coaxing the flame from this Namahe dude. Doesn't want to despawn it off screen. That's not going to work very fast. He has to beat the flame to the top of the other Namahe, turn around while being hit so he doesn't he was just a little short there. Just a little short. An ice beam. Phoenix may have had the right idea and just didn't take it to Sandpit. Phoenix may have absolutely been on the right track and just didn't take it far enough. Actually, with Grapple, Shack Tool is also in logic. So Sandpit and Shack Tool, that suitless Meridia dive early might have actually been very big, but he didn't go past Mama Turtle. That's that would be, if that is what happens, that might be a pretty big feels bad. But we'll see. There's still 2 more checks back here. Could be speed at gravity and then gravity at reserve. Who knows? But having the ice beam also is important because it does put Bot Wound into logic no matter if players get speed booster or not, because you can perform the ice clip. So yeah, right now, Nasari is trying to circumvent the logic a little bit, which I completely agree with. There's nothing else for him to do at the moment, so he might as well try to do this. If he gets it, he's ahead of the chain. Also, did someone catch what was that? Wreck Ship Reserve there? I did not see that. There's too many screens on here for one person. I'm not even playing. Oh, trash. Okay. So let's find out what's that gravity here. I'm kind of hoping it's a reserve tank or energy tank. I want to see this suitless. I want to see this either left hand pit, Botfoon, or Shack. Cool. I don't know why gravity skips are still collecting miners. I guess maybe, I mean, the supers are definitely more efficient than the beam combo currently had by Phoenix, but they all have charge. So, guys, I hope you like Suitless Meridia. Phoenix Down had the right idea, and he had Spring Ball. He could have cut out the wreck ship portion of the logic, except for Ice Beam. He does need the Ice Beam from this location, but he's going to end up full clearing wreck ship, as he should since he's here. And he's not aware of the current situation right now. But OK Beamer's going to be making his way down to Meridia. It is time for some Suitless. What location do you think a gravity is going to show up at? Or both gravities? Right now, Phoenix kind of has to be wondering about the Ice Beam. That's the thing, if maybe he should have pushed Suitless Meridia a bit more. There it goes. Now she shows. Player 2 Lord Warfare. That is an option. They might find high jump for player 2 over in Meridia here. That would be a pretty rude seed for player 2's high jump to lead to player 1's gravity in lower Warfare. Suitless. I imagine OK Beamer's going to do the Mama Turtle check first as well. It is and falling, unfortunately, all the way down. Has Spring Ball. Okay, good. See Spring Ball. Good. Yeah, if you are interested, that fish is going to give him some back here. If you are interested in running randos, Spring Ball jumps is definitely one of the tricks I recommend learning for sure. Suitless Meridia is much nicer using spring jumps versus the Ice Beam method. It's much freer, I should say. Plus, Spring Ball is just fun in general. So, Nasarius is just kind of waiting outside lower Warfare here. It looks like OK Beamer's gonna just not do the spring jump here, just use the Ice Beam. Gets his way up there, saving himself a couple of pauses. I needed that crab, so he's gonna spring jump this one. And Phoenix about to find out the bad news that he should have pushed Suitless Meridia. Yeah, right now that's for Phoenix. That's gonna hurt. Like, I made the call early to check this one. I understand leaving at that point. You're still not that far into Meridia. Wreck Ship has 4 locations. It now outweighs what you can check in Meridia. So, yeah, we have got ourselves a race. OK Beamer's making a check. Phoenix has already done. Phoenix is going to be entering Meridia here shortly. While OK Beamer's making his way back around from this check. Yeah, the second player is basically just setting up at a spot. It looks like both are banking on getting lower Warfare access, which either high jump or gravity is going to provide. What would be great? Actually, I take that back. That would not be great. What would be really bad is if player 1 just finds Speed Booster in here and they have to backtrack to Waterway. That would actually be the worst. So yeah, Phoenix making his way back into Meridia. Okay, Beamer is going to be still firing that phaser shot. Was not actually helpful there. He's trying to pause the pirate, but he's not in a good spot. So yeah, right now, Phoenix is actually just a little bit in the ahead. He's starting this room sooner. This is runners don't know it, but they've basically done the same exact route. Each team has had their own little inefficiencies part, but oh, I did not see that 64-bit Link had not checked Croc yet. Interesting that he didn't check Croc yet. Unless he reset after Croc, I don't know. Waterway is a major. That is a E-Tank location. It is the only... I take it back to this Wreckship Reserve. There's 2 majors that are locked completely by Speed Booster. But at least with the Wreckship Reserve, you can see what that item is. Waterway, you have no idea, so you normally don't just blind check Waterway unless you have speed when you first get there. Otherwise, banking on Waterway to be your progression is not a great idea. It's more likely to lead to a loss because you probably wasted time checking. All right, so Phoenix making his way through Mount Everest. Okay, Beamer entering Mount Everest. So they're probably going to make a save at the save station in the next, off the next room. And from this point, they might check left sandpit first. They might go to Batoon first. If they check left sandpit, they should also route in Shack Tool from there. Or they could bank on Batoon. Batoon would be the quicker check. He's going to sandpit. So we'll see what. Link is trying to get the miner location up top by using the gamuts here to freeze them. All right, so okay, Beamer also coming up left sandpit. Oh, no. Phoenix going for right sand. He's going straight to Shack Tool. Very interesting. So, sand. We all know it's rough and coarse. However, he's not resetting, is he? Please don't reset. You're fine. No, you were fine, Phoenix. Okay. So, sand is tricky. I will definitely agree with that. Okay, Beamer. Okay, so both runners not... They're probably a little flustered, so they aren't thinking it's right here. That is an X-ray, it looks like. Oh no, that's an E-Tank, so left sandpit is not the answer. It's either Batoon or Gravity. So, when you fall into the sand, if you fall down, technically there is a way to get out, but that, for me, is a reset. However, if there's a sand fall, the thing that pushes you down faster, then you can jump out, because for some reason in a sand fall, when you jump, it's much easier to jump out. It's ridiculous. And it looks like going to do a Batoon check here for okay, Beamer. He doesn't have to remember. So yeah, on Phoenix's screen, if he goes to the sand fall and just jumps in the sand fall, See, it's unintuitive because the sandfall pushes you down. That's why he's jumping in the sand here. But if he just went straight right and kept jumping, he would jump out because he can jump through the sand. This is one of those weird unintuitive things about Super. But yeah, he was perfectly fine. All he had to do was be under the sandfall and keep jumping out. That would have worked. So, oops. Okay, Beamer accidentally destroying the Metroid. He's gonna pull another one here. Oh, he's just gonna reset the room. So, yeah, a couple tricks for the sand. Holding angle does help you as well. If you hold an angle button while jumping on it. Never turn around right before hitting the sand. You're just going to sink to the bottom during the turnaround animation. If you are at the bottom and there's a sand fall, jump up in the sand fall. It's unintuitive and completely backwards, but that's going out. Like, just jump in this. See, what Phoenix is doing, he's thinking the sand fall is going to make it even harder to jump out. It's going to push him down. So I understand what he's doing. He's not familiar with the mechanic of the sandfall actually helping him jump out because it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, we've got Batoon. Okay, Beamer doing the ice clip. Shouldn't be in any danger from Batoon now. So Batoon, well, okay. Batoon, up to about half his health, will shoot the little green spit things. But after that, he just swims in his pattern. And as long as you're against the left wall, he will never hit you because he never swims over there. So let's see. Is it Shaktul or Batoon here? Shaktul or Batoon? Let's check. There is a gravity. Who's it for? It's player 1's gravity. Player 2 still has nothing to do. It would be, so right now, it'd be really good if Phoenix gave up on Sandpit and just went to Shaktul. He's been struggling with this. It might be best just to do the easier check. Okay, there he goes. Does get up. Something both him and Beamer did on this check. They did the spin jump, but they started their wall jump way too early. The wall jump will stop your vertical height. Basically, you only gain a couple pixels from that. So yeah, that if you just let your full jump go, you will be much higher up when you start your wall jumping. Unfortunately, Phoenix not letting the power bomb to check the item and falling. That's bad. Right now, yes. Player 1. The checks left are Dragon, Shaktul, and Waterway. There is going to be something in one of those, and Plasma. Sorry, one of those 4 locations. There will be something for player 2. Yeah, Phoenix should really lay a power bomb just to see what that item is. If he saw that it wasn't, you think he would not be still making these checks. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. And now we get fried shrimp grapple. Oh, he did see it? What is he? Okay, look at that. Get in the sandfall, you're able to jump out. It's so backwards. Alright, what's the Dragon? I'm sorry, but this is kind of rude. Player 1 now has plasma and Shack Tool to check. Player 2 now has waterway to check. I'm kind of curious. Okay, there you go. I saw it with you. Okay. I was actually beginning to question if Phoenix knew the grapple jumps up to bottom. He should. I think maybe it's just he didn't really see the item before. Yeah, waterway could be nothing for player 2, but it is a major and it's checked. What is... Oh, Phoenix is going back to Shack Tool. We're going to try to go back to Shack Tool. Not sure how I feel about this. On the one hand, this could actually be the answer. Beamer is heading there as well. The answer for player 2 anyway. It's not going to fix player 1. I mean... Okay, there you go. Good job there for Phoenix. So yes, there is a jump he's going to try to perform here. So the moonwalk to set it up. He's going to turn and then jump. Hey, there he goes. And now he has to spin jump while the water is coming down, do a wall jump, and then get a space jump out of this. There's a lot of things that you need to put this check into logic, but this is in logic with his equipment. There he goes. Now if he just gets a wall jump, there we go. Okay, he's up there. So if this is player 2's progression, this will actually not lose time for Team Gravity Skip. Because Nasarius is now further away from anything. High jump for okay, game. I believe this is a double suitless. That is true. There is lower Norfair. Lower Norfair is an option. That is an option. So gravity can appear there for them. But this could be a double suitless move. There's still plasma on player 1's side as well. Yep, there's spring ball. So he can reset. Phoenix should reset here back to the save. That spring ball will be kept for 64-bit link. He should not be going back here. Yeah, this is... But yeah, not having high jump because he doesn't have the speed is actually gonna hurt 64-bit link in this. Okay, there's the reset. And just a reserve tank at plasma. Wow, okay. Well, that speed and spring ball, mostly that speed because that led to high jump. That is player 2's From that point on, it's up to player 2 to do their seed. Player 1's like, I'm out of it. Okay, now Phoenix is setting up for Bothwoon. Yeah, some really impressive stuff being required of the players here. And this seed, they're doing both races today. First seed being extremely rude. Yeah, 64-bit Link doesn't know, but he needs to be heading toward Waterway. He does have some time though. Phoenix has to get his gravity suit, then do Dragon to get the speed booster. For 64-bit Link. This seed is something. You know what? You are right. He does have those. He's gonna. Why is he going to? I mean, I guess he's got. Since the multi-world is based on who the second place finisher on your team. He has time to go do stuff because the second player has to do 2 bosses still. So he can go around, do more minor checks. Doesn't have to go beat the game. It's not based on average time, so this isn't going to hurt them by not. Oh, you're right. You could check GT again. That's actually probably what he's doing. He's not goofing around. He's making a check he hasn't made before. And there's the gravity for Phoenix. I should remember. When I say this, I should remember to mark it. I think I know this. Yeah, he's gonna come up on Dragon real quick. Get that speed. 64-bit Link's gonna need to rush it back to Waterway. Right now, the real race is between 64-bit Link and Asarius. Oh, first major and lower Norfair. Not important. With each passing major, it's more likely it's a double suitless. I'm not sure I agree with that assessment. I want a double suitless Meridian. Personally, I am a fan of suitless Meridian, so that's part of it. I do think it's quite fun. Well, he doesn't have speed yet, so he can't really... He doesn't know speed is what's coming up here. He'll be getting that soon, and then I imagine he's going to make a beeline for his Waterway. And there he goes. Oops, I didn't mark the speed booster off either. Yep, he's not going to be extremely happy with high jump. He's going to be happy as progression, but he's not going to be super happy that it's high jump and not gravity. Because high jump opens up just suitless Meridia or Lower Norfair. Gravity would just open both. again, you know, give the runners some love here. This was not a friendly seed. They have definitely performed some impressive tricks. Come out through here. They've shown you the gauntlet of Suitless Meridia. No one's gone full Suitless Meridia, but for everything in logic, they have shown you. Awesome. Sorry, it's forgetting he does not have gravity suit yet. Kinda need gravity for Flower House. It's 64-bit Link coming up on high jump. So what Nasarius did when he chose to go to Lower Norfair versus Meridia, because there is the option. Obviously, the one is Suitless Meridia, not exactly appealing. And another reason why you'd want to do Lower Norfair first is it'd be more efficient routing back. Ridley is basically the furthest point away from the end of the game that you can get. So you want to take, just for routing efficiency, you want to take out Ridley first, even if you don't get anything useful down here. It's going to be more efficient when you're routing back. And speed booster for player one. That's... oh my. That means their gravity could be in player one's waterway. Is this the double waterway? That would actually possibly be the worst thing I've ever seen. That is... we'll see if it's there. If it's there, that is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, and yeah, with both teams at this stage in the game, you're not feeling great. Also, this Orbit Link was thinking of Suitless. Looks like he's bailing on it now. Going to Lower Norfair. Okay. Like, speed may not lead to anything. But we'll see here shortly. If it doesn't, Suitless Meridia may still be the correct answer, but I cannot disagree with doing Lower Norfair first. Because the routing. It just makes more sense. So let's see. Waterway. Oh my gosh. That is hideous. That is the worst set of logic I have ever seen. The only good thing out of this is player 2 did not have to do Suitless Meridia for their speed booster. Like, that's the only way the seed could have been worse. This is disgusting. Oh man, I apologize to our players for rolling the seed. I'm gonna change my identity now. Not sure what... oh, 64-bit Link is trying to damage down for a Crystal Flash. That's what he's doing. He had plenty of energy, but may not have felt super comfortable. Completely understandable. Part of being fast is being comfortable in what you're doing. if you aren't comfortable in performing a trick, you're not likely going to be very fast at it. So that's... I completely understand that. So. Alright, so now he's going back into his lava dive attempt here. Oh, didn't quite hold far enough right there. Also, throughout, there's some weird movement on 64-bit link screen here. With all the, it's like he's bonking and then not continuing to the wall. Because he needed to do an extra couple wall jumps there to get set up, but. Does have to be very careful here. So doing the lava dive with high jump, definitely something you should, if you're interested in Rando, you should learn. It is a bit tricky as you're seeing here from 64-bit link, but it's not the worst thing that can happen on the scale of things Rando can do to you. There he goes. There you go. Now the issue that's going to come up here for 64-bit Link is he does not have a power bomb and he does not have space jump. He's going to need to farm a power bomb off one of the dragons down here. Or Phoenix needs to find him a power bomb pack. Because he's not going to be able to break the floor to the right without a power bomb. Once he does that, he can get some power bombs off the Violas beneath it. But I don't think the pirates drop power bombs. The dragons to the left do have a higher chance of dropping power bombs, I believe. Oh, never mind. The room to the right. This should be fine. There's Desky, isn't there? He can get power bombs off those. Alright, so got terrain for OK Beamer. Looks like he's just going to damage himself down. He has everything he needs to do a baby skip. Any baby skip he wanted. But again, if you're not comfortable with that, it's faster to damage yourself down and get grabbed by the Metroid right away. The important question is, does he look right? He does, and gets the enemy crumble. So. All he's got left is the Zeb skip and Mother Brain away from escaping this stupid seed. 64-bit. He still has to check GT. Again, they don't know it yet, but Player 1 speed booster is going to be required. Looks like OK Beamer's going for the down back Zeb skip. Didn't quite land far enough over. And now just stop, turn off screw attack. So the reason you turn off screw attack for the spin jump Zeb skip is because screw attack resets your invincibility frames as soon as you spin jump with it. And you need those invincibility frames to clip through the Zebetite. The Frozen Varinka hitbox will pull you a pixel into the Zebetite's hitbox, which you could then jump up and run through when you have invulnerability frames. Screw attack ruins that because it gets rid of your invulnerability things. The great thing about the down back is there's no spin jump involved. So you don't have to pause, turn off screw attack. It saves time that way. Plus, the down back is it's faster to set up. It's a faster sub skip. And I think when you actually do it and kind of get it down, I think it's a way easier sub skip than the spin jump skip. The tricky part is it being a down back, because down back, like some of the other things in Super Metroid, is unintuitive. You're pushing down and back to go forward, and it only works in certain circumstances, when running off a ledge or after being hit by an enemy. It's very... Super Metroid is full of very interesting things. Sorry is making their way into the final area. And every player had Ice Beam this seed, so... Oh. So forward link had the water to quite cover from... There he goes. Yeah, having Ice Beam for terrain. It's great. Yeah, that free frame loss is it's a big deal. I always say, if there's a chance to save frames, you should take it. Like I think that should be your mindset. If you can save time doing something, you should do it. But seeing how he's not going to be the second place finisher on the team, it's not actually going to cost the team any time. So, you know, it did do stand up. He may not have felt it was really worth it. I mean, first of all, he's going to be the first finisher on this team, so whatever. Second, he may not like that, or you may not feel that having Ice Wave Spazer is going to really provide much of an advantage. Again, this is something I think he probably should have done, save some frames, but he may not have wanted anything to go wrong during stand-up, because that can happen. They don't know where the opposing team is. For all they know, they're both in the escape and parlor right before the ship. So he might be just wanting to make sure nothing catastrophic happens here that costs them the race. Like, that's completely understandable. Tracy, this has been a beautiful seed. The missing grab is in player 1's waterway. Player 2 has to get speed booster for player 1 behind Ridley. Waterway was required on both players. Waterway for player 2 had player 2's high jump, which gave them lower Norfair access, which is where speed booster is behind Ridley for their gravity suits. The logic of this scene was absolutely terrible. Player 1's gravity was behind boss wounds. This has been an exceptionally terrible scene. Beamer do an animal surprise. I think his teammate's close enough where he's not going to. Plus, why would you ever do this? But yeah, making the correct decision and leaving it behind. Nesarius also just damaging himself down, not going to bother with stand-up. Again, probably hoping nothing catastrophic happens here. 64-bit Link entering his Ridley, soon to give speed booster to Phoenix, which will get him his gravity. And what I think is the most disgusting logic chain in the tournament so far of the multi-world. .64-bit Link handling Ridley very nice with his pogos. Looks like Ridley is doing his death swoops, and there goes Ridley. So in just a second, Phoenix will have speed booster, and he can check Waterway. There's the speed. And now Waterway is in logic, and now Gravity is soon to follow. Oh, I did not mark off Dragon for him either. Whoops. And there is Gravity. So that is finally a go mode. Yeah, this seed is just brutal. Again, very, very well done by the runners, but you know they went through quite a bit during the seed, and they handled it pretty well. You don't normally go into a seed and expect logic this garbage. Yeah, no, Phoenix knows he just has to go in the terrain, finish up. 64-bit Link still has to go through defeat Dragon before he can finish the game up, so. Yeah, Gravity Skip did a pretty good job living up to the name so far. How do they have skins for skins? So there is an option to use something called a customizer. To play in this tournament, the players have to agree to it to allow it, but you can randomize colors, you can do all kinds of all kinds of stuff. There are some different sprites as well. I should mark them done. Sorry, this is done. And let me see. Phoenix and 64-bit Link went ahead and forfeit from the race. I'm finding out here if they're taking a quick break or running the second seed right after. But again, GG's to our runners on this first seed. This was garbage. This is one of the most unfriendly seeds they could have got, and they did handle it pretty well. So, GG's to the runners. It looks like they are going to take maybe a 10 to 15 minute break before running the second seed here. So, we will likely do the same. Yeah, again, a lot of stuff happening on Speed Gaming schedule today. A lot of SM Rando League. It's going to be a run back of this match. There's going to be a run back of the other match that was on main Speed Gaming. There's a whole lot of stuff going on today, so if you didn't have any plans for today, you do now. There's plenty of stuff going on.